Hey everybody, welcome back to Stringman Guitars. We have a special guitar here on the bench. This is a Squier Telecaster. This was made in Mexico. The serial number M means made in Mexico, and it says made in Mexico. N means 90s. And the first number is what year of the 90s, and it's an 8, so it's a 98 Squier made in Mexico Telecaster. It has the old style single saddle before they went to the block saddles. And the first thing I want to do is I want to take the screws out of here and see what kind of electronics they put in here. This thing needs a lot of love. It's got the gold spaghetti letters. It's just your standard Pelham blue Telecaster. I can see the neck is a little bit out of alignment. I can just pull that back into spot so that it will show. Yep, and they do have, whoa, they have 500K pots, your standard Squier cheap switch, and these are no name but 500K pots. So that's what we have there. This is a friend of mine's. He just wants a quick cleanup and so forth. So I can tell that, let's see, there we go. You always got to find the thread on wood so as not to strip them out. It's a shame that these screws have a little rust on them, but that's okay. Let's plug it into the noisemaker and see if things work. It's got that old faulty cup thing that Fender has held on to for years. Yep, lack of use. See, it'll go away. Actually, let's take these electronics out again. I should have just sprayed them while I had it out, dummy. So how are all my string friends doing? I think that's what I'm going to call my groupies. String friends. Friends of Stringman Guitars. Okay, there's the access. Get my Radio Shack. There's not much left. Okay. Get that with a rag to clean it up. It doesn't hurt to finish. As long as you don't leave it there, you know. Alright, so let's plug her back in. Plug it back in. Come on, clean up. There we go. Spray stuff is amazing, isn't it? Alright, the electronics live. So I'm going to put the screws back on here, and I'm going to take the strings off, and we're going to clean up the frets. My curiosity got the best of me, and I wanted to see if this is the same body as they use on Mexican standard or what they call now player series from Fender. There's your telltale sign. That's the router positioning point. And also notice that these are Alnico, not ceramic pickups. So these are nice guitars. Okay, let me continue on. I just had to show you that. Alright, boys and girls, we got her all cleaned up. Polished the frets, the headstock. Now I got to take the backs off of these tuners and put a little bit of that heavy-duty lubricant in there just to make them be happy. We loosened and realigned the neck as well. So we'll see how that works out when we get strings on it. Okay, so yeah, this thing is pretty much the same as a Mexican standard, except for with better pickups. Fender. What we're going to do is we're taking, in the midst of this, we're taking the tuning machines out, and we're putting lube in here since they are not sealed. The lube very well could have worn off, and while we're doing it, you know, might as well do it right, right? Too many rights there. So to do that, yank it out, clean the spot, expose the gear, and put a spot of Ultra Lube there, and a spot of Ultra Lube there. Expose the, oh, that came off, cool. The worm gear gets lube all the way across. I said all the way across. Okay, there we go. We go back in. Put it back where it lives. Replace the screws. Hope you can see what I'm doing here. Once again, remembering to take your screws and take them backwards to let the thread fall in the hole, so as not to strip out the thread. Very cool. I've already done number one, and there we go. On number two, I mean, I've already done the E and the A tuners. There you go. You heard it fall into place. Okay, so then you take your Super Powermatic, and after like 4 turns of the button, it immediately feels smoother. Yeah. So Yeah, I looked it up on Reverb. These are selling in the mid 300s in Reverb undersold. This one is of exceptional, I'd say it's a good A+ quality. There's nearly no fret bunch. There's tiny marks in the cowboy area. I polished up the frets really nice. There's no big marks on there. There's like a little scratch here and 2 little scratches here. I think you can get 400 for this, to tell you the truth. So I'm going to continue on cleaning these up and lubing them up, and we'll be back when we got strings on it. Okay, boys and girls, we are all strung up. We have to adjust the string height and the intonation, but we're at pitch and string height is a little low on the E. It's just right on the A. The D could come up a little bit. The G could come down. The B is right. And the E could come down. But the saddles are kind of cattywampus. They need to be level with the bridge plate. So like this one's like that. This one's not as bad, this one's level, this one's level, this one's like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let everything settle into having new strings with good string tension on it. Go take the doggos outside and we'll be back. Alright, boys and girls, we're back here with our Made in Mexico Squier Telecaster. And we've got it where we don't have any string buzz. I am at 5/64 at the 17th on the low E, a little less than 5/64, a little less than 5/64, a little less than 5/64, same, and 4/64. Okay, so let's check our intonation, which I think is, I got pretty close, but I walked away from it just so that the wood has stopped moving. E's on, A's on, D's a little sharp. That means it's going to go that way. Just a hair. I accidentally turned the G while I was doing that. Okay, the D's on. G's a little sharp, just a little bit. Still a little sharp. There it is. B is on. E is on. Okay, One other thing I had to do is, you see my nut file out. The E in the A were a little high. Got them down to 22 thou. And, oh, that's the other thing I wanted to double check here. Make sure that our relief is still good, since, like I said, wood keeps moving. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, had to really crank on the truss rod. I don't think it's been touched since it was new. Got a huge dust bunny out of there. Let's see what it sounds like. Okay, so let's go over here. My fingers are really cold. Get a pick. This is a bridge pickup, or the neck pickup, so I'm sorry. Beautiful how it just glides over these frets since they got polished. Okay, the middle position. Sounds like a Telecaster. Let's see what else we got to do pickup height. I always, by the way, if you guys like what you see here, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel, because that would just make you awesome sauce, wouldn't it? Let's check our pickup height. That's good. That can come up a little bit. Let's see here. That's good. Let's go to this side. Treble side should be a little closer. And that'll come up a little bit. Too close. So cold down here. Split the difference. Perfect. And that can come up a little bit. Perfect. Okay, so what do? We lubricated all the tuners because they're not sealed. We lowered the nut on the D and, or I'm sorry, the A and the, the E and the A, so that they're 20,000. All the other nut slots were cut correctly. We polished the heck out of the frets, cleaned the fingerboard. We cleaned up the electronics, cleaned up the saddle, got all the dust out of there and cleaned it. And man, that is a beautiful guitar. Squier, but made in Mexico. I want to thank you for joining us down here in the underground lair again. If you would like, please hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, And if you need your axe sharpened in the greater Pittsburgh area, stringmanguitars@gmail.com or Facebook. Send me a message. Take care of the old folks. Take care of your neighbors. Love your neighbor like they're yourself. Be patient with everybody because, you know, they got the new Omicron variant out and nobody wants to get sick, so be patient with everybody. Have yourself a Merry Christmas. This is the Christmas Eve. So peace. Go hug your family. Have yourself a Merry Christmas.